Taylor Lorenz. You know her. She's most known for still promoting wearing masks, especially after the pandemic. Don't go raw dog in the air. Well, something happened yesterday on Piers Morgan's show. Do you bloody well condemn how much? Do you condemn how much? Do you claim how much? Taylor Lorenz kind of made an oopsie, okay? And in this business where corporate media is laying people off, it's hemorrhaging views, there's a lot to take away from it. Where she said she felt joy. Hold on. It's not me. She said she felt joy after what happened to UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. And in turn, that got her axed from VOX. They went their separate ways. And there's many reasons why that happened. Many reasons why VOX let her go. Because VOX is tanking. All of corporate media is tanking. But she felt joy. She felt joy. And before anyone says, well, oh, gee, that's not fair, or I can relate to Taylor Lorenz, the same Taylor Lorenz that was all on board for the lockdowns and censorship and suppressing people. Okay? So before anyone says, remember, she was all on board for going after so many other people. Remember that, folks. Remember that. Carrying water for the Democrats, too, and all the pandemic stuff. Just saying. And Driving Me Macy says, who? A bird goes tweet, and an owl goes, who? Well, hang on, folks. We're going to witness how Taylor Lorenz made an oopsie. Okay? And in corporate media world, this is what you call an oopsie, because she had a thing with VOX at the time. Well, she did. And this is what's called making an oopsie, okay? And do I feel sorry for her? No, I don't. No, I don't. Not after everything that we dealt with the pandemic. Here's what I think about it.
And here's what I think about it.
There you go. But let's go ahead and play this.
I do believe in the sanctity of life. And I think that's why I felt, along with so many other Americans, joy, unfortunately, because it feels like...
Serious?
I mean...
Joy in a man's execution?
Maybe not joy, but certainly not empathy. Because again,
we're watching the footage. How can this make you joyful? This guy's a husband, he's a father, and he's being gunned down in the middle of Manhattan. Why does that make you joyful?
Of Americans that he's murdered. So are the tens of thousands of...
Taylor Lorenz, there are so many ways in which you could have handled that when you could talk about Medicare for all, healthcare, insurance industry. Instead, you're kind of putting your foot in your mouth. You are the last person that should be talking about Medicare for all or the problems of the healthcare insurance industry, and especially on a platform where, let's face it, I mean, my goodness. I mean, shout out to Steph and Mishka, from the Jimmy Dore show, when they did a skit where they did a mock skit where Taylor was being interviewed by libs of TikTok. It was funny. It made me laugh. But I mean, nonetheless, Taylor, you dug yourself in the hole. And to quote a classic line from The Simpsons, right? We got to dig our way out. No, dig up, stupid, up.
Americans, innocent Americans who died because greedy health insurance executives like this one push policies of denying care to the most vulnerable people. And the many millions of Americans that have watched people that I care about suffer and in some cases die because of lack of health care.
So should they all be killed then? Should they all be killed, these healthcare executives? Would that make you even more joyful?
No.
Oh, you fell for it. Oh, my goodness. Why'd you step in it? Wow.
Oof. 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 Oof.
Oof.
Oh, that would not.
Well, why not?
And,
why are you laughing?
I think because it wouldn't fix the
You seem
system.
to find the whole thing hilarious.
I find your question funny.
A bloke's been murdered in the street. I don't find it funny at all.
I don't find it funny that tens of thousands of Americans die every year and because they are denied life-saving healthcare from people like the CEO. Now, I want to fix the system. You're right. We shouldn't be going around shooting each other with vigilante justice. No. I think that it is a good thing that this murder has led to America, or really the media elites and politicians in this country paying attention to this issue for the first time. You mentioned you couldn't understand why somebody would feel this reaction when they watch a CEO die, it's because you have not dealt, it sounds like, with the American healthcare system in the way that millions of other Americans have.
I've dealt with the healthcare system in various ways in America. I don't think it's perfect by any means, but the idea that I would view it as something.
Have you been denied life?
Hang on. The idea that I would view it as something.
Taylor, stop. Stop, Taylor. Because here's the thing. Taylor may not know it, but her words on this main show is now going to be used as a perfect scapegoat for censorship. Her goofy actions right now, especially behind her, you may not notice, but the YouTube effect was a smiley, then frowny, then sad face. This is a person who's been on board for at least changes in regards to how internet speech is dictated. And because of her goofy actions and statements, it's going to be used as a front card example of censorship. Woo! Get ready. Because as soon as I heard this video and I began watching it, began looking at it, decided to do a research. And I found a video from our friends at BSDNC. And then, oh my goodness gracious, Cretaceous Fox News. So the quote-unquote left-leaning and quote-unquote right-leaning of the same monster corporate media are going to be thinking about, hey, maybe we should be dictating what can be posted on social media and not posted. Say it with me. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? And Taylor, whether she did so on purpose, maybe I don't know. Maybe she just wasn't thinking straight. Stepped in it, and now we're all stepping in it.
Joyful that a man has been, who's just a healthcare executive, has been executed in the street, I find completely bizarre.
Yes. So let's talk about what happened, because see, now first, before, and again, shout out to Social Emotional Learning with Dr. Donnie. Well, Kit, the jackboot of censorship was coming regardless. Yes, it was, but at least it didn't have to be moving at such a high pace before it cracks open all our skulls. You know, and shout out to Dan Barr, who says censorship always works, right? So let's talk about this, because many people would say what Vox Media has done is wrong. Well, Vox Media, BuzzFeed, Vice, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, New York Times, all these media outlets, what do they all have in common? They are hemorrhaging views, especially CNN and MSNBC and Vox in particular. They are hurting. They're losing it. They're not gaining the views like they had in 2016 when Trump derangement syndrome was a thing to talk about. As soon as Biden got into office, things died down. Now, I talked about this on the show. If you saw that video, if it wasn't denied to you, if you were at least made aware of it when I clipped it available, there is the continuous downfall of corporate media. And Vox Media, probably realizing that, oh my goodness, we're losing everything. Taylor opens her mouth and she's like, okay, she's got to go. She's got to go. This is already a sinking ship. Taylor speaking out is already making our ship sink faster. I recommend watching the show Succession just so you guys can get an idea of how crazy corporate media can be. And again, that's one of my favorite TV shows. I'll promote it anytime I want because it's a damn good show. Vox Media is ending its deal to distribute former Washington Post reporter Taylor Lorenz podcast and YouTube show after the journalist made a slew of explosive comments about the death of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. A source close to the situation confirmed. Semaphore subscribe Max Tanney, who first reported the news, revealed late Sunday that the controversial tech columnist had a short-term partnership that is set to expire at the beginning of the year. So it was going to happen regardless. Lorenz took to social media on Monday, ripping the report as 100% false, claiming media reporters lie about her as she vowed to discuss the situation on her podcast this week. Really? Okay. So, by the way, to report on the online commentary surrounding Thompson's death without examining the systematic cruelty of our healthcare system is to willfully strip context from these online outpourings. So, all right. So she did tweet that out. But you're the last person to be talking about Medicare for all since you've gone to bat for the Democrats numerous times. This is 100% false, and I'm very much still working with Vox, and my show is not up for renewal because I actually own 100% of the show and control distribution, not Vox. Media reporters continue to lie about me. Tune into the pod this week. I'll discuss, she wrote on X. Vox declined to comment. A spokesperson for Semaphore hit back saying, as Max Tanney accurately reported, Vox is ending its relationship with Taylor Lorenz in 2025. You can read the story here, and we will. We'll be able to pull that up here. in due time. There we go. A source with the knowledge of the deal confirmed the report to the Post, and the Lorenz deal will expire at the beginning of 2025. The person did not elaborate why Vox wasn't renewing Lorenz's contract, but there has been a cloud of controversy surrounding the columnist recently. Just last week, Lorenz sparked outrage when she defended her comments about the cold-blooded murder of the UnitedHealthcare CEO, Brian Thompson, and people wonder why we want these executives deleted, Lorenz wrote on Blue Sky. Blue Sky, okay? She even she posted on Blue Sky, a micro-blogging social media network, a failed clone attempt of X, alongside an article about how Blue Cross Blue Shield will no longer cover anesthesia for the full length of some surgeries. The tech reporter made a dark declaration just hours after Thompson 50 was gunned down outside the Midtown Hotel, leaving his two sons without a father. She later shared another user post. Hypothetically, would it be considered an actionable threat to start emailing other insurance CEOs a simple text of "you're next"? Taylor Lorenz, you're a journalist. Why would you have a social media following? Why would don't you know how crazy some people are out there? There are some very, very insane people out there. What you don't want to be saying that out there too much, because you're going to get a copycat. Completely unrelated to current events, by the way. Okay, there we go. Lorenz, who recently launched her own publication, User Mag, went on to support the criticism of Thompson and other company executives. People have justified hatred toward insurance company CEOs because these executives are responsible for an unfathomable amount of deaths and suffering. That is correct. But the way you are speaking out ain't helping nobody. As someone against death and suffering, I think it's good to call out this broken system and people in power who enable it. Why are you also on board for the lockdown policies and telling people to still wear masks? I mean, folks, listen. Breathe in, breathe out. The mask thing was pointless and stupid. It was stupid. The only thing I liked about it is I could make funny faces under it, okay? That's it. I can make funny faces at people and no one would know the difference. The journalist attempted to downplay her commentary several hours later, insisting she only meant to encourage peaceful letter writing campaigns. Once you put it out there on the internet, there's going to be dumb people that will see it. That's what's going to happen. So that's what's going to happen. Now, again, it is unclear. However, if they were hold on, real quick. According to the Semaphore report, VOX, Jones outlets like New York Magazine, Vulture, Intelligence, and The Cut made a decision to cut ties with Lorenz before those inflammatory comments. Goodness gracious, cretaceous. It's unclear if they were swayed by another recent firestorm over Lorenz's social media post in August, in which he called President Biden a war criminal. Really? Okay. Lorenz, who had served as a tech columnist for the Washington Post at the time, came under fire after New York Post reporter John Levine posed a photo on X that Lorenz had uploaded to her Instagram account while attending a White House event featuring Biden in August. The selfie showed her wearing a COVID mask with Biden in the background that was captioned, "War criminal." Brilliant move. Now, of course, I just want to put this up here. This is the article. Taylor Lorenz and Vox are parting ways. So the scoop is Vox Media is ending its deal to distribute Taylor Lorenz podcast and YouTube show. The company had a short-term partnership with the high-profile tech reporter that is set to expire at the beginning of the year. So probably the reason why this is happening is it's all convenient, and also Vox is just letting go of things and assets that are no longer of value. Vox is losing views. CNN is tanking. MSNBC is tanking. Sorry about that. All these media outlets are tanking. But now, folks, comes a concern. And we're going to first be joined by our friends at Morning Blow, because I saw this. As soon as I realized that you have people covering the story, especially with the incident that happened that was carried out by Luigi on Brian Thompson, I realized, here's the jackboot of censorship. Here it comes at 1,000,000 miles, ready to crush us without a single thought. Try not to vomit with rage.
I'm especially stricken by what's happening on social media, Stephanie, and this isn't the only case. I mean, if the tides turn for someone, social media becomes a dangerous place that can trigger the wrong personality to do the wrong thing. And yet it seems to be the Wild West. And
no, it's not. There's things in place, but they want to clamp it down harder. There are systems in place. Listen, look at me. Hold on. Look at me. Hey, everyone. I'm not crazy yet. There are systems in place. There are things already in place. Believe me, they're in place. They're there. They exist. They're there. It's all around us. It binds us together and silences us. Just trust me, it exists. But hey, here's where MSNBC says, hey, internet's a bad place, okay?
And the killing of the CEO is an example of, I think, the tremendous danger that social media promulgates every day, 24 hours a day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, social media. It's bad, okay? It's like people who said, the radio, it's pretty bad, okay? TV's bad, okay? Cable TV is bad, okay? Comic books are bad, okay? Video games are dangerous. Oh, corporate media, don't act innocent. You've never lied. You've never misled. You never got anything wrong. MSNBC, there's a reason why you're hemorrhaging views.
Specifically X.
Let's be specific here. It's X. It's a lot of
Threads.
It's a lot of other social
Blue
media.
Sky.
Whoa, you threw Threads and Blue Sky under the rails? Mika, I didn't know you had it in you. Pika.
Not looking that blue.
But here's the problem.
Damn, she said Blue Sky, not looking that blue. Whoa. Say it again?
Looking that blue.
But
whoa. Damn, you're going after the little blue butterfly?
Here's the problem. And you talk to parents, and they all understand this because their children are caught in this. First of all, just a lack of moderation. I will say, especially on X, first of all, but a lack of moderation, hate speech allowed, and most importantly,
that's all. There's a system in place. It's there. It's there. I'm not crazy. Maybe this is it. This is the episode where I finally go crazy. Maybe this is my online meltdown finally happening. This is it, folks. I think this could be the one. My brain has finally exploded. Oh, we need to do this more. We need to do that more. Me and Daniel can tell you that these things do exist. The systems are in place. They are there. But heaven forbid we talk about Medicare for all. Heaven forbid we talk about how the government didn't help out the people of Lahaina or the people of East Palestine, Ohio. Hey, Flint, Michigan doesn't have clean drinking water. Did you know that?
Most damningly for these big tech companies, algorithms that deliberately inflame, algorithms that deliberately enrage, algorithms that deliberately target young teenage girls and boys and send them spiraling. This is, again,
oh yeah, you got one to go like this. Hold on, like this. Like, yep, shaking her head. No. Let's talk about the algorithm. Hey, Taylor, brilliant job. But it's everybody, in corporate media that's been going along with this. Let's talk about the algorithm here. We're going to talk about the algorithm. Corporate media, it benefits you. The reason why right now is people realize that it benefits you. That's why nobody's watching you. Because now we got to manually get away from you, okay? There's an algorithm in place that benefits the establishment, okay? Corporate media. You're on cloud 9, so you're okay. Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube. Need I go on? I mean, you're there. You're front card and center. You're okay. You talk about an algorithm. Let's talk about how it's actually helped silence people. Hey, you know what? There was a thing, with the Hunter Biden laptop story, and there was an algorithm put in to make sure that anybody shared that damn story was immediately censored, lost their platform, or they couldn't get shared at all. Hell, I still get people saying, "Hey, how come I was unsubscribed from you? Hey, how come I can't comment on your YouTube channel? Oh, it's not me that's not doing that, you know? I would love it if all my 55,000 plus subscribers were made aware when we upload content on our channel. I love it when people would be made aware when we go live. You want to know why? Because there's a system in place. Does it to a lot of content creators. That's why I say double check and triple check you're still subscribed. When you have somebody like Morning Joe saying the algorithm, it's the algorithm, it's the algorithm that's going to get you. Look out, the algorithm's there. It's there. It's going to get you. Heaven forbid you actually have a free thought of your own.
I've been saying this for a decade now. I do not understand why Silicon Valley is somehow allowed to be the wild, wild west. And what applies to the rest of America does not apply to them. And it's still the case.
Oh, get angry. Urgh. You know, I am so glad. I'm so glad that they had to bend the knee just to interview Trump, okay? I'm happy about that. I'm just so happy about it. I really am. Hey, Mika, Joe. You know, kind of reminds me of a scene from Game of Thrones. Tell me your name. My name is Reek. It rhymes with freak.
Still the case with their big fat lobbying dollars in Washington. Yes, it is.
What lobbying dollar? Hold on. Are you saying independent media has lobbying dollars? Oh, hold on. Or is she saying Silicon Valley? She's probably saying Silicon Valley. That's right. That's right. No, hold on. So I'm not. Oh, I was gonna have a meltdown there for a second. It's a Silicon Valley. Okay, same Silicon Valley that promotes you. Hey, MSNBC, don't bite the hand that feeds you. It's because of you guys. You bullied your way in. So I'd be careful how you guys talk. NBC's thinking about cutting you loose. MSNBC. Almost had a meltdown. I almost snapped. I stopped myself, and then my brain realized, hold on, Kit. Not yet. Not yet, lovely. Not yet.
Andrew.
You know, it's staggering. And I think the flip's not even the flip side, but the sort of remarkable shift that things have taken even in the last year or two towards actually a lot of these social media sites trying to go the other way, which is to say there was a time when they were downranking in the algorithm certain types of speech. And there has been a remarkable pushback, rebuke almost. Even this election may represent that, of folks saying, we want to see everything. We want to see everything. And the truth is everything.
Who was it that breathed real hard on their mic? Hold on.
There was a time when they were downranking in the algorithm certain types of speech. And there has been a remarkable pushback, rebuke almost. Even this election may represent that, of folks saying, we.
Is somebody breathing deep or snorting something? Did you hear that? Wait, one more time.
May represent that, of folks saying, we want to see everything.
Is that? Oh, hey, gotta stay focused. One more time. Sorry, folks.
Even this election may represent that, of folks saying, we want to see everything. We want to see everything. And the truth is everything is it can be dangerous. Everything can be scary. And I think.
Oh, yes. Oh, hold on. We're doing this right. Hold on. We're doing this right. Hold on. Everything is scary. Everything's dangerous. Ladies and gentlemen, coming out of retirement, the panicked liberal. Everything's scary on the internet. Everything's dangerous on the internet. I need big brother to make decisions for me. Somebody said something mean on X. I saw a mean YouTube video that hurt my feelings. Everything's scary. Oh no, that link there's dangerous. Oh. Don't look behind you. But the internet is right next to you. And it's dangerous. Corporate media. I'm going to give you my Logan Roy quote. I love you, but you are not serious people. Everything's dangerous, folks. Everything, folks, don't from here on out get off the internet. It's dangerous. You're not safe.
We have to figure out where the lines are, and the fact that we have not even really begun a meaningful conversation. We talk about having the conversation in Washington. There's been talk about that for more than a decade, but it has never really actually, the rubber has never met the road. And maybe actually, if this moment does anything, maybe it will create that conversation. But I wish it wasn't under these circumstances.
Well, and Jonathan O'Meara, let me just say also, if people say, oh my gosh, they're talking about drawing lines, they're talking about actually having standards.
That he's not speaking, cameraman. Why you focus on this idiot? He's not speaking, moron.
This is the most horrible thing ever. How dare they trample on First Amendment rights online? That is such BS. Guess what? The FCC does it for television. We have people doing it for cable. The New York Times can't print whatever it wants to print, because if they do, they get sued. Again, we're not saying let's trample on First Amendment rights. All I've been saying for a long time now is make them live by the same rules that everybody else lives.
Hey, corporate media, how many times did you get the story wrong? Weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. How'd that work out, huh? What about Russiagate? Or the Hunter Biden laptop story? I'm just only naming a few things here. Right? ABC News, they had the Jeffrey E. story. They had it. They had it. They had it. They just didn't air it. Oh, my goodness. Why? Because they would lose access to high-profile people. Heaven forbid they lose that. Heaven forbid corporate media gets the story wrong, right? But see, this is about the First Amendment. This is about protecting free speech. It is about protecting our right to speak out. And you know what? I'm not going to play the clip from Fox News. It's more of the same thing. They're outraged that SNL's making jokes. Everybody's making jokes. Can't have jokes. Can't have laughter. Can't have dark humor. And yes, I know, folks, there is hate speech. I'm so sorry, but it does fall under the First Amendment. Do you want to know what stops hate speech? Do you want to know what stops conspiratorial speech? Do you want to know what stops utter stupidity? Intelligent speech, good people speaking out, speaking truth to power, not being overreactionary. Now, Taylor Lorenz speaking out saying, oh, she felt joy and she lose her job at VOX, or not a job at VOX, to be more precise here. VOX is no longer distributing her content. Well, that happens. VOX is going under. All of corporate media is going under. And this is corporate media's attempt to stay relevant in an already failing environment for them. And what can corporate media do? Not only can they let go of people, all right? Because Taylor Lorenz has a right to speak out. She has a right to speak. Okay? Everybody does. Everybody does. Everyone has a right for free speech. Everybody truly does. Everybody has a right for free speech. But see, this is going to usher in a way for corporate media in its last desperate attempt to destroy what we have all built here in the new media. Stand for free speech. And beware of those who are part of that corporate media apparatus. They don't got your best interest at heart.